Know what the most convenient thing about loneliness? You don't have to share victory with anyone. And so I potentially fell down very quickly, just naturally fell down, because I'm that freaking smart, bro. But no, I still share destiny with my parents, whatever my parents decide to do and project onto me. My mom just lays in her bed every day, and my dad is just drunk, smoking, uh, sort of order follower just to get money that he doesn't want to share, in order to empower his family or whatever. So I have these kind of parents that definitely bring me down as well. So I'm like, well, the most comfortable place to be at is all the way in the bottom tier. Not even shadows. Apparently, there's something even deeper than the shadows. You can see in this map, you have the simple S&P going on, but we're playing Minecraft S&P, so there's something that I would call the core or mainframe, or the worst name of all that you can say is dead space. Literally dead space. Where all the dead people go. Everyone, if you're dead inside, you just fall down all the way, even through the shadows. Because shadow people gonna be like, oh shit, you're dead. Let me check your pockets and move on with my life. And a zombie comes up next to you and be like, oh shit, what can I take from this guy? Because he looks dead. Yeah. So he takes your clothes, steals your brain, I don't know, bro. And then moves away. It's like, oh, I'll sell that for drugs, man. Yeah, you can have all these different layers, and it's very interesting that there's a fourth one because there's always a fourth one. Absolutely. So how is the dead space different from everything else? Again, in dead space, I basically cannot go outside that often. I have to be hooked onto something very positive to keep me alive. If I am, in fact, alive. I had, a suicidal episode in my life where weird things started happening immediately. Right after I said, like, I kind of want to kill myself. I don't know what to do. I feel like dead inside. So just literally fell down, all the way down, and my brain, I guess, had to adjust to the whole insanity. And, I came back to my hometown, and eventually it evolved into me having a passive income, because apparently being crazy is completely fine. You get paid for it, just just to keep you alive for some reason. Government really needs you. So that's pretty cool. Just like government keeps old people alive. So that's I'm no different apparently. And now here we are. We're in dead space. You can't reach me. You can't catch me. You can't do anything about me. I might be able to show my face, but I don't really want to anymore. Um, and because none of this matters. A lot of people on YouTube monetize their faces. If you look into your subscriptions, like half of these thumbnails need a face basically, just so you know what you're clicking on. Who's gonna tell you a story that sucks balls most of the time, but it is what it is. It's just for impulse clicking, Oh, a familiar face. It's a baby taking care of a baby syndrome, basically. And Mr. Beast goes to an extreme extent to make sure that he's taken care of as a baby, as a big baby, who wants bigger and bigger videos, and wants more and more friends. So, what are the other layers in that sense? As a reminder, so in Dead Space, I live underwater. I need positivity. I need air to breathe. Otherwise, I drown in just the negativity around me of just dead people. People who think they're alive, but they're actually dead. Because there's literally nothing else to do here but to just quietly observe things. And maybe you're gonna be able to bump into someone and have a conversation. That would be pretty weird. Now, exploiting dead people is sort of easy, unless there's monsters within. There's like Satan who guards the dead, or Grim Reapers, man, walking around. It's like you can't touch this. We need these old people or whatever. It's a very complicated system in a way. I haven't figured all of it out. I just know why I did the Santa thing, because I'm more of like Satan who makes wishes come true, and I make wishes come true for bad people first and foremost. If you're an evil person, god damn it, I will do whatever it takes to make your wish come true, because your wish sucks balls so much. It's more of like, oh please Satan, take this away from me. Do this so that disappears. Blah blah blah, you know. I hate my mom and let her disappear. Like, evil people do these sort of things, you know. They want less things to have less things, not more. So it's very easy to actually, make their wishes come true. While everyone else who actually want positive things, well, fuck me, wait for Christmas, because, that's a very difficult thing to actually generate positivity and give it to other people. Are you kidding me? So yeah, just like wait for you to rewind. Maybe it's gonna be positive enough so it like uplifts you to some extent, just to remind you that yes, you're a good person and you should stay connected, whatever you are and whatever you're doing. You should stay connected and have hope, and that life is a pretty positive experience once you figure out how it works. Right now, I'm like really contemplating on like back and forth, like, damn, how everything works. It's so weird. Like, should I be ashamed of being all the way down, right? Because it feels like I just pushed myself into a position where it's the least effort required to survive. But no, I'm not showing to the world that I accept death, that I will do absolutely nothing. And again, you need positivity to survive. So the moment I allow negativity to flourish, I will just very quickly decay and rot. It just is the easiest thing to do. So I have to start training really, really hard. And in this position, it seems like in every single layer is the same amount of work required just to survive, just to stay in that layer. And where nothing bad happens to you. So when I did the slope thing, where I said like, oh, there's very little pressure required to... And it feels that way too. There's little pressure required, but that's just a trick. It's the same amount everywhere. If you're a movie star, you have to work just as hard as a drunk idiot, unfortunately. A drunk idiot has to work just as hard as a movie star. Why? Because you're not supposed to be a drunk idiot for the rest of your life. You don't want that sort of life, right? So you have to, like, fill in the gap. The pressure is low, so you still have to fill in the gap and pretend that the pressure is exactly the same as with everyone else. It's just a trick to your brain that tells you, oh, you don't have to do anything. But everyone's equal. Everyone's a goddamn human being. You have to do the same as everyone else and not pretend that you have some kind of magical allowance to make your life harder because you got tricked. That's the whole point. So when I'm put into this position, I have to work just as hard as everyone else, but I get to kind of choose what to fill in the dead space with. It's dead space, so I can fill it with whatever I fucking want. Isn't that crazy? Potentially, again, different positions in life bring different sort of values, and diversity is pretty cool too. I still haven't discovered. Now, shadows become a mystery entirely. Like, literally mystery. I'm not a shadow person? Well, fuck me, man. What do I do then? A shadow person actually are a little bit more defined of, like, what they have to do. Maybe they have, like, a gang of people that they have to, maintain relationships with, or otherwise they will be backstabbed if they don't. So perhaps, a shadow person is someone who knocks on my door and tries their opportunities, but they don't realize, like, you're in dead space, brother. You're not talking to someone that you can connect to. You're just here because you're halfway dead. I mean, congratulations. And if you have no good solutions, again, you can easily fall down here and just be completely trapped. There's nothing you can do. So be careful with that. All right. If you think shadows are pretty bad, well, dead space is just gonna suffocate you very quickly. All right. This is a place where people die. There's nothing else you can do. And yes, this is why it's so devastating to just talk to me, just have a conversation with me. It is devastating because you just die inside the more time you spend with me. Or you can respect me, and spend time sometimes when you feel down, like, just, I will pull you down where you belong. Just a little bit. And you will feel like, oh, it's not that bad. Because now it's worse. It could have been worse, because now it is. But when you pull yourself down a little bit, you remove pressure from yourself. You get a little bit of freedom, a little bit of space for freedom, a little bit of space for decision making. Again, you can position yourself anywhere and be happy about it. I position myself in the center of the universe, where I can look at every single direction and basically kind of craft my destiny of, like, which direction do I want to go to? Or maybe I want to stay here? It would be weird to stay here. I'm not gonna lie. Would be weird. But as a YouTube CEO, maybe I'll have to. Maybe it's completely fine. Maybe there's another fucking hack inside a hack, because we can glitch this thing into insanity. I don't know, bro. I like to think positively, because that's the whole fucking point. Anyways. And by the way, this is North Pole, this is South Pole. Every single flat earther knows that, so welcome to the North Pole. Ho 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 again. We just rewinded back to the first level of loneliness. What is the loneliest person on the earth? Is probably Santa, because, like, oh, not only nobody knows me or knows my name, but they also want presents from me. Well, that's fucking stupid. Why am I supposed to give presents to people? It's ridiculous, man. They don't even know. They don't even send me respectful letters most of the time. Well, but that's pretty good. But I still have to read them. Still have to read their letters. Disrespectful letters of, like, I don't think Santa exists. You're stupid. Science says that it's impossible to deliver all the presents. I know these things. You don't have to tell me, bro. You don't have to. You don't have to be a smartass. All right? It's obvious. Science tells you obvious things, but there's a thing called not obvious magical interconnection between people. And sometimes whatever your parent gives you is actually a present from Santa. I designed it. Your parents just regurgitated my thoughts and ideas and intentions. They just regurgitated. They just gave you a present that I came up with, but they did the work. Don't you understand, bro? Yes, Santa can be real, and there's, you know, it's not that difficult, in fact. It's not if internet exists, what is the dream world? How would parents get an idea of what present to buy to you? Exactly, bro. Shut the fuck. Santa's real. It's not that difficult. All right. I just came up with that just now, so don't judge me if I made a mistake. But we just leveled up Santa too. All right, so he's not dead. He doesn't want to die in the dead space. He just want to give good things. Because from here, again, I can see everything. I can see everyone. I can deliver presents to everyone, bro. Maybe the celebrities just want the encouragement of like, yes, you're doing a good job. Tap on the back. The normies just need a little bit of a letter, you know. What should you say to a normie right now? So basically, you know, my entire channel is like filled with letters to different normies who are doing good in life. You know, there's YouTube channels who have fans. So if I dedicate a video to a YouTube channel, it's like, well, eat the cake, assholes. And here's your letters. And the shadow people, well, they get a special request. You know, they get a cake for the rest of their lives. You know, because I probably will never meet them ever again. That's pretty cool. Uh, so that's how I deliver presents, boys. And then, isn't that fucking easy, bro? Isn't that easy? Santa now. Yes, I am. Just casually, randomly employed. Actually, am I actually employed now? Is it better than being YouTube CEO? It's kind of like the same thing, because that's the generation of people. You know, everyone wants to be an influencer. Santa too. I want to be an influencer. Let's go, baby. I guess the question is like, what are cookies and milk, man? I'll just quickly define it like potentially just positivity from women. So milky. And cookies just like, well, self-esteem. I'm not gonna eat cookies because it's bad for my teeth, but like, at least you have self-esteem to know what a cookie is. That's pretty good. And that Santa may or may not want cookies. I don't want. No, not about gluten. It's just I don't eat dry foods. It's very difficult. But I will collect it. Maybe I can make something out of it. All right. Anyways, yeah, it's disturbing, bro. This is what loneliness did to me. It's goddamn bullshit, man. Stop it. If you win $1,000,000 and you're lonely, damn boy, look at that. Look at that millionaire. That's how you do it. You not only have to win $1,000,000, but you have to win alone, so nobody sees and nobody knows. Look at that shit. That's how you do it. But I kind of did, you know. I have a passive income. I don't need to worry about it until it's gone. And even then, I'll just probably just tighten my belt and like continue on, because I am not draining my finances or whatever. I don't. I just sit here, do things, and I just gonna be able to do that for the rest of my life. And if nobody likes me, well, fuck you too, bro. I'm just gonna be Santa for the rest of my life. It doesn't, you know, that's the point. It's not up to me. It's up to everyone else to pull me away from the center of gravity, you know, just to meet me and just to spend time with me. Because I'm sure I can transform people's lives. And you get to share my $1,000,000 advices and experience and all that shit. Things that people would pay a lot of money for. I probably have it by default because I'm lonely in the center of the universe, so I can see everything. I can see all the blind spots. Most of the experience you want to have is stuff you can't ever have because is behind a paywall, an imaginary paywall, basically. It's like this Netflix's subscription. Should I pirate movies or should I watch Netflix? Well, of course you should give me money. You give me money, though. But give me money, bro. The only solution is give me money. It's the only solution. The thing that Americans don't understand, you just loot America, learn a different language, and move out. That's just strategy. All right? You American, that's your strategy. You literally, in America, you can get rich, but then just run away, please. Because you can also get poor very quickly, because everything's expensive. That's your strategy, man. It's like being next to Antarctica, right? This is the Antarctic ring that even I don't go because it's the opposite. This is where you have to work hard and work with a script. There's a specific script of what you have to do, how you have to dance, and how you have to, do things so you don't get bored, you don't get cold, you don't get fucked in the ass. That's pretty bad. Whoever you are, you don't have to be gay or lesbian to get fucked in the ass by polar bears. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, if you in that position and you have been treating celebrities as the highest level of all time of human beings, yes, global warming is real because we need it to warm up the ice, but we also collect money to not stop global warming, but increase global warming. Because we're creating problems in the actual world. It's almost like we're taking pieces of ice, putting it here, and it's like, global warming is real, right? You're gonna warm up this ice too. And the answer is, go fuck yourself. That's not how it works. That's the answer. People are not supposed to be concerned about things that don't exist. And the ice will melt if it's here, but it will cause a lot of pain if we just buy ice. Maybe don't buy into celebrity nonsense. Maybe don't worship them, please. Because that's gonna be very difficult to handle. The only reason why all these deranged ideologies exist right now across the internet is because celebrities are being praised and Santa is a bit hungry because I don't get enough milk and cookies. I don't get it, bro. I visit homes and they don't have it. What do I do, bro? Do I loot your fridge? I don't want to be disrespectful, bro. I'll just eat your cat. Thank you very much. Wait, this is the weirdest thing I'm gonna say to you guys. Wait. Cat isn't twig. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cat isn't vegan? Yeah, I have some news for you. My goodness. When the apocalypse is happening, you gotta let go. You gotta let celebrities rest. They're gonna pack their bags and they're gonna move somewhere, somewhere warmer. So North Pole is not about winter. Is actually the opposite. It's kind of pretty fancy in here. It's like always sunlight sometimes, and when it's always nighttime, I just sleep. That's it. Forget about that shit. But for some reason, I don't live in Iceland. I don't live in Norway or Sweden. I goddamn live in Eastern Europe for some reason. What the fuck? How did North Pole move so much? It's ridiculous, bro. Well, yeah, the funny thing is, if you prove that you're a virtuous person, I live in Deadlands. I'm surrounded by semi-dead people anyways. And, yeah, they want to send you gifts, but only if you want to receive them. If you're a good person, alright? If you don't have your own wishes, and evil ones too. It's like, or greedy ones, or whatever. It's like, whatever. So you'll be able to receive gifts if you're open-minded on how it works, and you believe in Santa in the first place, and you know how to do that. to begin with. No, you cannot receive gifts if you're underage. Alright? That's a different Santa. That's a fake one. That's the one you've learned, probably, and you think that Santa isn't real. No, the gifts are for your parents, usually. So, it's like when a parent gives a gift to you, and you're kind of underage, they're kind of just gifting a gift to themselves in a way. Or they were just evil to begin with because they have a family, and family is bullshit. I don't know, man. I'm tripping right now. I'm offending everyone. So I will stop digging deeper into this. Anyways. What else can we find? Is that... So far I'm just cranking jokes right now. Fascinating. But yeah, like, people would search for Santa in the North Pole. Especially now that they can travel. It's like, where's that North Pole? Well, fuck you. I'm not gonna be where everyone goes to. You know? Don't worry about it. The Deadlands is always where people don't want to go. Alright? That's it. Where they're not comfortable. And the language sucks. Because it's very hard to learn or whatever. Here you go. That's where I am. Actually, I didn't even have a choice. I had no choice for anything, to be honest. Just enough time to figure things out. Of whatever I like to figure out. So, you know, when the pressure is off, the pressure is on because you have to do the right thing all the time, and then you realize, maybe I didn't have a choice. But I didn't have a choice because I always did the best thing imaginable. You know, no one tells me what to do, but at least I can sense what the best thing is. Based on, you know, observing other people's lives and respecting them. That's all you need sometimes. A little bit of respect, man. At least to yourself. So yeah, once you're a celebrity, you cannot change workplaces, you cannot do shit. You can't even, like, once you acted in a certain role, everyone is gonna see you as such. So you can barely, like, push yourself into a different role until people start seeing you a different way. But, they cannot move. There's so much pressure in the celebrity world. Again, they sort of want to be cared for and praised, and they can only, like, open certain amount of fan mail. You know, there's that little bit of space for fan mail or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Normies have a little bit more breathing room, but, you know, social pressure does its own thing. But, like, sitting there silently and just propagating silence and not even pointing a finger into anything, that's pretty evil, you know? So I'll be able to just grab all these evil people and just pull them one layer down. Because, like, that's my job. It's just how I have fun with things. Just pull them in. It's like, Merry Christmas! Now you're from celebrity into a normal person. Congratulations. Now you're from a normal person into a shadow person. A very questionable individual that nobody likes most of the time. You know, I just downgraded you. Some apologies. You know, apology. Merry Christmas, though. You know, from a person who had a home to a homeless person. Oh, a little bit of a downgrade. I'm so sorry, bro. Still get to keep your friends, though, but they might not want to talk to you anymore. Cause that's pretty weird, right? So, if you make wrong decisions, you're gonna be pulled down almost by force, and now that's like the worst thing that can happen to you. But everyone, you know, has to be interacted with in a different way. So I don't know. There's still a core thing, a ground that you could fall into, where you don't have to fall deeper. The only thing you can do is just be negative about where you are. Because again, the pressure is off. I don't have to change anything. I just have to prove that, like, oh, I'm kind of happy. And I have enough positivity to just share to some people. Because some people will ask me to visit them or whatever. They will ask me to respect them, and if I disrespect them, then I'm asking for trouble. They will just dump their feelings or their threats or whatever onto me because, like, I'm technically now a completely dead person. And they can do whatever they want. But no, I'm not supposed to allow that. But yeah, I mean, you have to understand, again, every single person is equal in that sense, as long as they put enough effort into their life. So that's all you have to test. How much effort, how much care someone is putting in. All right? Are celebrities not cheating? When they need to follow the script, are they following their script, or they're not cheating and filling it with their own garbage? You have to double check everything, man. Yes, you can write your own songs, but like there's still a script you have to follow. And it's very strict. And you're not supposed to just project your own bullshit onto the people, because you have a lot of power in this position. Somehow, being in the edge of society, you have a lot of power. Because you can just let go of your work, and the world is going to be a colder place. And technically, because we have a global warming going on, maybe celebrities are getting a message, constant message of like, maybe you should go home and become a normal person, because it's too hot in here, alright? It's too hot. Something's wrong. I don't know, man. I look into psychic ideas and not like real ideas, because real global warming I don't see. Is it under my bed? Is it in someone's panties? Am I supposed to get naked and conjure global warming? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to use it? Should I put it in my tea? Am I gonna see visions of global warming when I take a poop? What's going on, right? I still haven't met the dude, but people are talking about him all the time. It's pretty cool. So I don't see coincidences. I'm like, well, the dude has to exist and has to be sending a message to someone somehow. I don't know, man. I don't know. And right now, when apocalypse is happening, like, the best thing is to cuddle up into this core position as quickly as possible. So if you like a controversial person in general, if you have a lot of opinions, you kind of just will naturally spiral down, because if it was so easy to generate opinions for you, you don't belong in these positions. There's basically, you sense that something is wrong, something is unfinished, that you can have better perspectives, because an opinion is something that you can only craft if you are separated from everyone else. If you see something is, again, can be improved, first of all, but just your way of thinking is different from everyone else, and no one else is capable of convincing you otherwise. So that's another reason why I fell down, all the way down. And now I get to share my opinions, which are completely unique from everyone else. So congratulations, you've not only found my channel, and you watched half of this video, or a quarter. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours yet. Probably shouldn't be 2 hours, but you never know. For the next hour, I could just open fan mails for Santa. Who's looking for Santa, guys? Which one of you guys want to actually talk to Santa? So I will just open some fan mails of like, maybe some YouTube people wanted to send a letter to Santa, all right? And they better be parents, all right? Asking me what they should buy for their children or whatever they care about the most, right? That's how it works. What do you care about the most? I'm not here for underage people. It doesn't matter to me. They're too innocent to figure out definitions and how definitions work. But adults can always ask me anything, and we'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do, bro. Because there's a lot of people out there, and there's not a lot of Santas. And the only question I have Is how long will I have to wait for Ari to come down? You know, all the way. All the way from the other pole. Fucking idiot. Drawing rainbows? Nah, you can't climb rainbows. You gotta just come, bro. What's the big deal? Anyways, we're gonna be waiting, bro. Yeah. Don't pull the rug next time. Because you'll have to come and, pay me with something. But she kinda did, Paid with magic. May 28th. May 28th! There's a mystery of May 28th. You will never solve it. Because I can't. I don't know what happened. Why she deleted Instagram. For the most part. We'll never know. She will never tell you. I no longer know what this is, but I showed, the toxic thing. Toxic clip. Man, I forgot all the context because this is literally like next level insanity. It's so difficult to keep up. It's like, why people have to serenade for me, man? What's going on? But technically there's limited space here. To feel freedom. To just feel freedom. It's still limited space. Because not everyone just has to let go and not work anymore. But people have to let go a little bit. And it's like so weird that there's a metaphorical world, a spiritual world that I'm awakening to that is completely different than I thought it would be. Because everyone else tells their version of the world. And we sort of like agree on the version of the world, and it's still changed when I'm in the center seeing everything and how it works. It's still changed completely. So whatever you guys believe in, you're wrong, unfortunately, somehow. And yet I did it completely alone as well. No one was force feeding me ideologies, because that would be like very difficult to escape anyways. And so I didn't like these people. So there's a reason to be alone, try and escape someone else's nonsense that they want to just force feed you. Just so they feel better about themselves. Plenty of people are toxic enough, so they would have to pay just to hang out with me. Pay a lot, man. They have to pay all the expenses, basically. And much, much more. Just to live in a fancy hotel, you think I'm attracted to that? Like, I don't even know what's gonna pull me out. What kind of force needs to do? What needs to happen to pull me out of this pool of gravity? And for a few days, just take a holiday, It's kind of great for myself. But it is what it is. So, there's going to be, again, a lot of people who will try to destroy my loneliness in the worst way imaginable, which is like, oh, I'll take you for myself. I'll destroy loneliness by taking you for myself. By giving you something bullshit, I don't need money because I want to earn money. I want passive income, not just your charity. And everyone needs to think the same way. So I'm not just exaggerating something. I don't need hope because hope is kind of useless. I want things to generate immediately, immediate exchange. I need to freeze out of hope. Like, maybe one day the sun will come up. It didn't come up for like 2 months already. The sun is not coming up, bro. Stop hoping. And yes, there are places in the world where sun does not come up. It's crazy, alright? In the North Pole. So maybe I don't want to live in the North Pole anymore. Especially when you have the internet. So I can just do my job from wherever I want. I just have to answer like letters and stuff. It's easy, man. Easy. I can just move if I don't like the place. North Pole is wherever I decided to be now. Fuck yeah, bro. In the previous episode, I'm like, wait, there is a fucking snow globe. I know there is. And it's actually... Fuck. It's a crystal ball. There you go. Almost there, basically. It's almost a snow globe. But since I have psychic powers, so it works. It works. Also, I don't like snow that much. We can still call it snow globe, if you want. What I've learned is, like, I had to make 2 more videos about loneliness in a way. One about Pinterest going down, and talking about how you can date women online. It's not a big deal. Yes, it will keep your virginity intact, unfortunately, but who cares about that? It's just some arbitrary thing where love matters more than whether you had sex or not. In fact, having sex, again, could potentially be detrimental to your life because you're bonding yourself to a person, you're making memories with a person that could be a backstabber, a cheater, a problematic person, someone who will ruin your life, ruin your memories, that you will never forget. Bad things can happen, alright? You have to be careful who you're hooking up to. And especially if you're desperate, you must not forget, if you're desperate, people will manipulate you, you know. If you're desperate to buy water and you're in an airport, you'll have to pay 6 times more. If you're desperate and you're looking for a house, you'll buy a house when they're the most expensive thing in the universe, bro. And they will plummet in prices eventually. But right now you want an expensive house. Thank you very much, you know. Relax. If something is expensive, you're not supposed to be desperate to get it even more. Simply because it's expensive. You're literally buying into a scam because, like, oh shit, it might get even more expensive. Bitcoin is shooting through the roof. I need to buy Bitcoin now while it's expensive. What the fuck is wrong with you? But a lot of people have this mentality of like, oh, a more expensive phone is better. More expensive clothes are better. Somehow. Things supposed to serve a purpose. They have to have a meaning in your life. And flexing that you have spent more money because you're an idiot, I don't think it's a cool flex. I think you're just an idiot. Alright? I bought a monkey NFT. A bored monkey NFT because that's how I identify. I identify as a fucking pixels on the screen. Yes, thank you, celebrity. I understand that you do that. You do that, my friends. Also, flush yourself down the toilet. Wait, it doesn't... Oh, no. Oh, thank God. The flushing sound still works. Oh my God. Feels so good, man. Alright, so that's pretty cool, right? Again, alone you can think about a lot of things. No one's gonna judge you. You have full peace and quiet. You don't have to visit the dead people. You have to escort your mom for her to do her thing and have more self-esteem to go outside and all that shit. You have to stay indoors if it's fucking hot outside. And sort of walk around a little bit when it's cold outside. Because when you're walking, you don't feel cold. So, you know, you get fresh air, you get to free roam, while everyone else is staying at home. So it's almost like backwards, you know, like everyone goes outside when it's sunny outside. Well, you want to turn yourself into a black person? That's, you know, because I'm racist, man. Santa's racist. Unfortunately. You must not forget that part. Yeah, if you like sun too much, you can make your own holidays. You know, when it's too cold, you just, I don't know, sleep. You just freeze to death, basically. And when it's too hot, you just go outside and melt. Like a snowman. Like, you can craft your own holidays. I don't think Christmas is when you're celebrating properly, so everything is upside down. I don't think I will have a holiday for you in the summer, so I'm just racist, unfortunately. Alright? And race is about behavior and not color of your skin, unfortunately. But most black people are, in fact, in the very weird category. Very weird category where you have to, like, look at a black person and be like, am I racist on this person? You know, I am suspicious, you know. Am I racist about this person? Because they definitely been under a sun somehow. The message has been sent to me. They might have been. So I have to be in constant lookout. So that's why I just don't want to deal with black people that much. Unless you have enough content for me to look at, then I will look at you as a content creator and not a black person. How convenient, right? I can't take people's silence for granted, though. It's an opportunity for me to, spend as much time sending gifts to people and collecting Santa reputation. It's pretty good stuff. Alright, collecting the stars. Because no one's gonna catch me. Alright, the police does not work underwater, can they? Can't catch me outside, though. So, better not go outside too often. Anyways, what else can we find? I was so excited to make this episode, but I'm like, shit, it flipped upside down against me. And every single time, you have to spend just enough time to generate a proper idea on how things work. Because I could be depressed and say how terrible loneliness is, but we have had the moon experience and the Pinterest experience. Alright? Staring at pictures of women and living in a fantasy world is pretty cool. Sometimes it doesn't work, though, so you have to move all over the place just to collect things, just to harvest things, to keep sort of things alive. You have to move all over the place. You cannot be just like, oh, I have gathered the wheat from this location, and you cannot just go back to the same location. There's going to be more wheat, or you harvested potatoes, or tomatoes rather. You come to the same location, you're not going to find tomatoes anymore. Don't worry about it. So that's one aspect. And then there's the moon aspect, where, oh no, there's a big conspiracy to make us lonely. And maybe he's right. Maybe that's the whole point. The loneliness, as I've discovered, is just a challenge. It's like a blind spot. It's a thing that we don't have solutions for. And if people become very aggressive with their solutions and try to abuse you because you're lonely or whatever, they're gonna get kicked out of society entirely. They're gonna get frozen in ice. You guys can roleplay as Elsa already. Elsa and Spider-Man. Because you'll need those kind of roles to understand what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, away from society again. No longer in the center of society, where dead people go to come back to life. It's a little bit different than you expected, isn't it? Because literally, Holy 4 is about bringing dead to life. And the Holy 4 leader is in fact, Dove Cameron, that kind of whispered into my ear an idea of hey, there's a better way to watch porn. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, watch season 4, episode 3. And I'm like, okay. That's what I felt to do. I'm like, alright, let's do that. And it's like, okay, there's nothing going on. But I know what to do, I know what to expect. Dove is going to be alone, just going to project sexuality. And I'm like, okay, if only girls are in the room, I'll just project sexuality, see what happens. And my entire body starts tingling, and it's like, holy shit, I am watching porn. This is pretty weird. But the ending was pretty weird as well. So, it's only girls in the room, right? So you know what they want. They need to conjure up tentacle hentai. That's my first thought of well, I don't really want to physically appear, so I'll just spiritually create tentacle snakes and see what happens. And then funny enough, you have to survive and see all the dudes do their thing and respect the episode and whatnot. Keep the integrity, and it's a little bit of a torture. It projects a lot of stupid ideas and whatnot. But the ending was pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. There was another safe spot for my tentacle hentai somewhere. I don't know where it is, so it wasn't that safe or interesting. Here. So the trick-or-treating happening right now. Also, Maddie unusually in a costume that has, colors. Very unusual, but they flipped the roles a little bit, it seems like. And you can tell which one is which because one of them wears glasses. Isn't that convenient? So nothing happened there. But the third time, girls are alone in their rooms, man. Yes, it's a predator mentality, but I'm watching porn, so it's like, you know what's up, right? And at the same time, it's like a safe version of porn where only women exist. They're doing their thing. It's like free use, but in your fantasy world, and it's easy to, project that against a moving image, and whatever they say, just sexualize everything. So, I was just gonna play the whole thing? No? That would be awkward. I don't necessarily want to relive it on camera, because that's kind of gross. But there's something that happened in the end that aligned with something you will basically be able to understand. Alright? You'll be able to understand how ending worked out. So, this whole thing was like another glitch in the Matrix. Of like, oh. Yeah, that works. That works, I guess.
And then once I am sure that it is the spider sprayer, I am going to unleash a... Joey and Parker's entire... Pumpkin bucket!
I'm like, okay, this could be a man or a woman. I'll pretend it's a man because it's scary and repulsive. And that's how they get shocked. So I have to pull back the tentacles. But guys, there was a surprise coming.
Trick or stink. Oh, Aunt Dina, I am so sorry. I thought that you were the spider sprayer.
Why are you not at the Mystic Crystal Convention?
I made that up. I'm an adult that likes to go trick-or-treating, but I'm ashamed to admit it. Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah, Dina, you didn't have to lie to us. You could have told us where you went.
Yeah, I guess I just got caught up in my web of lies.
Okay, you know what happens when Web of Lies happened, alright? You know what happened and why it's aligned itself so easily. And you couldn't pick a much better episode than this, right? Like, I'm sure there's gonna be a crazier experience, but this is like a really interesting introduction into the whole thing. Like, that was very crazy. Very crazy. And now I'm like, oh shit, I don't have to watch porn ever again. It's that easy. Fuck yeah, let's go. And you know what's up? Like, we can pull all these women away from their dicks inside them and be like, well, you can do something better with your life and still be sexualized or whatever. Whatever your desire is, sexualized for money. Just go become an actor, no problem. Technically, porn is acting, which is kind of dumb. But it has a weird ending, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't leave room for imagination. But it does. Don't worry about it. I'm not against porn, I'm just like, if there's a better version of something, I'll probably just gonna do that one. unless I fall down. You know, so it's kind of like, it does feel like climbing stairs, but like, where am I climbing? Where? Because I'm not going anywhere. I haven't decided which direction to go, or if I want to go that direction anyways. Because someone else has to decide for me now. You know, I'm just stuck in the well of gravity. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, imagine, because I'm psychic, all these fucking experiences are amplified probably 10 times. Because they also feel magical and surreal because, like, Dove is still alive and is, like, my age. And she can meet me and be like, oh yeah, you're cool. Let's hang out. And celebrities have enough pullback to kind of pull me out, even like for one day. But they would have to sacrifice a lot to do so. Yeah, a lot. To just focus on me and deliver a positive experience. It's very difficult. Alright, you'd think as a celebrity you know all the positive things, but you have to prove yourself quite a bit and not show any negative intentions, because it's very difficult for a powerful person to not show negative intentions. It's very easy for me to be positive, because I need to do that to survive, bro. I need it. It's almost like, you know, popular people have this going on, where they most of the time have to be negative and then positive when they get attacked, you know, just to defend themselves. So imagine this as shield. And I'm the opposite. I have to be negative when I defend myself, and only when I defend myself, but most of the time positive. So I'm training that way. Now, the question is, who's supposed to be popular? You know, is popularity, can we distribute popularity the same way that we distributed this thing? Pressure of like, this is freedom and this is pressure. So if you want to be free, you have to go to the center of the universe and you will be most free, which is like the opposite of what you think it is, right? You think you escape society and you become free. Yeah, you're going to be free from society, but not free from cold and the matrix, the requirement to build your own society that will probably resemble something like this anyways in the end. You're just gonna go back crying of like, Antarctica is pretty cold. I don't know how to build society, actually. How do you build that out of snow? What the fuck? You freeze to death, then you come back to life because someone brought you back to life that you always wanted. Then you freeze to death together. Then you come back to life. Then 3 of people freeze to death. So that's how you build society. You know, you stay in your head. You have to wait for the next move. Like, what's gonna happen if I get unfrozen again? You want to get cryogenically frozen, just go to Antarctica. It's gonna be completely fine. Alright. Just people have to unfreeze you in a proper way as well. So if someone from society comes to you and not from a spiritual world, I don't know. And it's just basically, you go to Antarctica, you get challenged to a whole nother degree that no human being is capable of surviving. But if you're Lord the Jesus Christ, I mean, god damn it, bro. Try your luck. Establish society somewhere. Maybe you'll have to, you know, buy a 10% of our sun, you know, just to be able to warm up the ice. You have to think, bro. If you want... This is not about freedom or pressure anymore, it's just godlike powers. The G. The ultimate G level of powers. I don't know how you get that. And is there... Well, there's just death. But death can be its own thing. It's like... Death is... D also stands for drug addicts. Just desperate people. So desperate just to know everything, do everything, be everything. Control society, you know, control the world. Desperate people. So there's the devils and the gods, it seems like. You know, on the extreme sides of this equation. and those people don't exist. Whatever I described, like, you can do it, but we will just decide when it's going to be done by expanding a little bit. And it will feel like, oh, I did it. No, we did it together. We are that big of a unit, and everyone else is just a concept, a definition that doesn't really exist. If you want to embrace loneliness, I mean, you go to Antarctica or you just become the devil, the most repulsive bullshit of all time, who says to himself, I control the world. I don't control the world, but I can control YouTube. Alright, I have, again, tons of freedom that I can impose into the world because I learned how to live within freedom. So I can impose a lot of weird new things, new ideas. I needed to, again, come down to be able to have opinions, to have enough freedom to talk to myself freely, talk to people, do whatever I want, to an extreme way, to the point where people just think I'm a dead, I'm a ghost, I'm a unicorn, I don't exist, I'm invisible. Basically, you kind of get all the superpowers, but simply because you're kind of being treated as a dead person. So it's like, well, I don't care what superpowers you have. You're still dead to me. It's like, fuck you, bro. That's pretty rude. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Because, pressure is on when you have a lot of life to live. The pressure is on. But for me, I'll get to chillax. And I kind of deserve to chillax. Because my life is a little bit rough anyways. So, basically now I just settle down, all by myself, figure out what loneliness is, and apparently, whenever I see the word loneliness, I turn into Santa Claus. Or Satan Claus. Which one? Wow. Which one is it? Which one? I can't decide, man. It's very difficult. I guess I get to decide because I'm free to do whatever. Anyways, so past this point, let's open some fan mail for Santa. Let's go, baby.
Santa, and welcome to my workroom here in Lapland. How splendid you could come along. You've just...
The fuck, Lapland? Get the fuck out of my face, bro. You're too old to have a Lapland.
Caught me finishing off this letter for Daisy. Yes, she's been very good this year. Very good indeed. So I thought I'd write her.
A horrible person if they write handwritten letters. Who wants to handle that shit, bro? Stop it. You didn't even say why she's good. What the fuck? We just get to assume that now.
A nice letter. Yes, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. So I'm going to pop that in the post. I'll put some extras in for her, I think, because she's been extra good. Pop them in.
I already forgot her name, whoever she is. Why is she in the video? I thought this is supposed to be 1.5 minute video. Bruh. Supposed to be respectable. What is this bullshit, man?
In there, and then I need to take that to the sorting office here at the Lapland mail room. We'll put that straight in the post for her. She's going to enjoy that very much indeed. I tell you what, if you'd like your very own letter, then why not get in touch? You could write me a letter and I might just reply. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Well, I best get back.
I might just reply? Son of a bitch, bro. I reply 100%. 300%. You send me a letter, I send you 3 letters, bro. What is this bullshit? It's fake Santa. This is how fake Santa looks like. This is how children Santa looks like. Illegal, bro. That one is fake for sure, bro.
To check in my nice list. and I'll take this to the mail room.
I'll just find something better to look at. It's like it's for children, you know? And, what's the point? So the only thing I can do is, like, watch, like, a Santa movie or something. Then it would kind of work. How to write, okay. Let's see. Hilarious. Yeah, stop laughing, bro. I'm racist after all. Oh, you're 28 years old, but the moment you say you've been good is that one thing that you're not supposed to say because now I'm suspicious. Why would you say that? Shouldn't I know that? You know? By reading your letter? You don't have to try and convince me, bro. Then stare me down with this fucking... What the hell is going on?
Because it was the right thing to do?
Oh, I know what's going on. She has been good this year. You know why? She learned how to type like a robot. You know what else can do that? I don't know. 3D printers. Something else, bro. You can just print this shit out. You know, you don't need to type this intensely. This is how you do it to your Santa. I don't need this shit, bro. I don't need children to be like, oh, let's But again, I don't answer to children, by the way. Don't send me letters. What the fuck is going on? Americans are assholes, man. Well, I can give you an answer, right? I can give you a very quick answer to a question. Where'd your letters to Santa actually go? And this is the end of the video, because I don't know how to open my fan mail yet. No one cares, basically. No one cares that I have psychic abilities. No one cares that I'm Santa. No one cares that I'm YouTube CEO. Might as well start controlling the universe. And no one will care. Well, that's fucking annoying. But if you dress up like Santa, I will definitely click on your video. Because that's pretty cool, bro. Yeah, I hate Americans sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But this is where the Santa letters from children go. I don't really know where they go, actually. We'll never know. We'll never find out. But it is what it is. Again, I'm in a self-defense mode, you must understand. I have to attack Santa for being an asshole and ruining my image, bro. It's not how it looks like, bro. I get to decide. I have the freedoms. But, like, again, I do feel offended. Like, this whole section is just hijacked by American version of Santa Claus. It's like, well, I only care about the children, so I'm just gonna feed positivity to the children so I can feed off children's positivity. Because, you know, vampirism goes strong hand in hand, bro. You have to make children happy first. It's all about the children, bro. Fucking Americans. Get the fuck out of here. I'll eat your children, but first I'll eat your cats, so you get the message of what comes next. Ho ho ho. You are. If you make too many children.